I respect what you done, Mike, but you're out here calling yourself the baddest man on the planet. Right now, you got your little beady eyes locked on the eyes of the world's toughest son of a... I could beat you any day of the week, twice on Sunday. Do I think you could beat my ass? Hell no. Do I think I could beat your ass? Why, hell yeah. I don't know how good your hearing is, but if you don't understand what I'm saying, I always got a little bit of sign language, so here's to you.
Whoa! Whoa, here we go! Here we go! Tyson and Austin! Tyson and Austin! All hell is broken loose! It has hit the fan! My God! My God! Austin and Tyson have hooked it up!
Austin 316 says I just whipped your ass.
Calling all faces and heels, we are back for episode number 10 of the Era of Attitude. It is I, Garrett, with my co-host once again, Peter.
Sup?
Wow, I just like corpse so hard there. And this time we are recapping from January post-Royal Rumble to February No Way Out of Texas 1998. Some good stuff happened this time, Peter. I was excited to recap this one. I enjoyed it. Before we launch in here, I guess we'll recap what happened last time. Last time we didn't have any attitude adjustments, which was kind of nice.
Haven't had any since Montreal.
Since Montreal, but I mean, how do you go from that? So Owen Hart came back, which is a big deal.
As the Blackheart.
Triple H won the European title. Austin relinquished the IC title, making it worthless in the greatest way possible.
Relinquished it into the river, yes.
Mark Henry joined the Nation of Domination. Kane saved The Undertaker from Degeneration X. Stone Cold was running around stunning everyone. We also had the Vince McMahon Attitude Era speech promo. Austin wins the 1998 Royal Rumble for the his second win and back-to-back. Mark Merrow and Sable start to split around the edges. And we had The Undertaker versus HBK in a casket match.
And Kane setting The Undertaker on fire at the end of the pay-per-view.
Yes.
That was the last thing we've seen since
then. Yes. Good God.
Yes.
Unless you had the home video like I did,
Bastard.
in which case you saw afterwards.
I was just saying that. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
I gotta stay ahead of the game.
Yes, with The Undertaker speaking, which I didn't get to see on the Raw.
Yeah,
segment.
it was so weird though. It was such a bizarre thing.
Oh yeah. At least he didn't fly up to the heavens like he did in 1994.
Oh God. But I mean, like the thing that was weird about it mostly is that like you had all these people in the arena that like just witnessed a casket get lit on fire, and then they opened the casket and he wasn't there, and then they had him talking, and everyone's like, "Don't you think that was a little soon? You could have played this up quite a bit." But how many times has his casket been lit on fire, and then he'd been like, "Fine"?
It would be like if CM Punk, after leaving at Money to the Bank, got on the house mic and was like, "Don't worry, guys, I'll be back in 2 weeks."
I'll be back in 2 weeks. Yeah. No, I think there's only 2 times I can think of that The Undertaker was in a casket that got burned, and the other one was with Randy Orton.
Where they just
and his father
stole the storyline, the exact same
literally the same storyline. There's a lot of those. I'm noticing a lot of similarities now that we're recapping things. So I'm going to start like spewing those out because I think they're hilarious.
The one they love to do is The Undertaker buried alive by Kane. I think they've done that
twice.
Oh,
it's like more than that. It's like 3 times.
Oh, yeah.
Now.
The Undertaker gets buried by Kane, and then he comes back.
And then gets buried by Kane again. It comes back, and then gets buried by Kane again.
You think he would learn not to trust him or get involved in buried alive matches with him?
You think that, like, you know, before the match, Undertaker would be like, all right, is Kane still locked in that freezer I put him in until this match is over?
With Paul Bearer in the freezer.
With Paul Bearer in there, too, so he doesn't get turned on for the 3rd time. Paul Bearer is dead. Goddamn.
Was the last time where we saw Paul Bearer.
Yep.
He was in the freezer.
And then he died.
And then we saw.
Maybe they left him in there.
Well, that's how he died.
Oh my god.
And then CM Punk threw his ashes all over the Undertaker.
Oh god, that was such a good. That was an amazing fucking feud.
Yeah.
That was so
underrated.
So underrated.
Yeah.
All right. Should we launch into this then? I guess we should.
Yeah. Let's plug social media first.
Yep.
The Kurt Angle favorited social media.
I was just gonna say that.
At Tweener Podcast on Twitter.
Yo, by the way, everyone, get on that bandwagon. Kurt Angle favorited us.
Yep. He's gonna jump off the cage and do a moonsault on us. Tweener Wrestling Podcast at gmail.com. Send us an email. Just tell us what you think. We're on Facebook as well. Check us out there. Subscribe on YouTube. Get our numbers up. And any other things that we got out there, we'll throw your way as well.
Yep. All right, let's do this.
Let's go down this lonely road of faith.
Oh, God. All right. What? What the hell?
I don't know.
Do we have Shawn Michaels Born Again already? All right. So our first Raw is Raw January 19th, 1998 from Fresno, California, which is the greatest name for a city ever.
That's where Levi Stadium, isn't it? Or is that Santa Clara?
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
Okay.
Or that could be in Davis. Who knows? All right, we pick up right where we left off with the Paul Bearer interview about the events of last night's WWF Championship match. Basically, Paul Bearer and Kane come to the Paul Bearer comes to the ring first. Cuts a great promo saying he had everyone eating out of the palm of his hands because he had everyone fooled thinking that Kane and the Undertaker were united together against DX, and he wants an Oscar for his acting performance. After that, the Undertaker's gong hits and everyone marks because they're all idiots. And he wheels. Obviously, the casket comes down, and everyone should know that this is Kane. So I don't know why everyone marked out.
It's one of those early swerves,
Yeah.
Like CM Punk wearing the Jeff Hardy paint.
Yeah.
I love that one.
That was a great one. That's only because they're so similar looking, with sort of. A lot more similar than
Yeah, I mean, you should get it by now, especially with DX doing it 3 times.
Oh god, yeah. Everyone knows it's gonna be Kane. So Kane gets out, and Paul Bearer is like, "Look at me, we're better than all of you." The Undertaker is never coming back. Eat shit, creatures of the night. Basically, is what he says.
I love the fact that they use the casket from the night before.
Mm-hmm.
And it's fucked.
It's all charred and destroyed. Just missing off the top.
Axe marks all throughout.
It's cool. Great.
And when Kane bursts out of it, the flames shoot out and everything, it's kind of cool.
Yeah. So our main storylines for this Raw are the Shamrock, really shitty Disciples of Apocalypse Ahmed Johnson match for No Way Out shapes up against the Nation, and Austin and Tyson come face to face. This is it.
This is a big Raw.
We're finally in there. This is a huge Raw. Huge Raw.
Yeah.
Starting off 1998 with a bang. We come back from commercial with DX just kind of giggling to themselves in their locker room until HBK says he's guilt-ridden for what happened to The Undertaker last night. He says DX is going to go out somewhere and find The Undertaker and bring him back before the show is over. Do you have anything to add there, Peter? I think that's
pretty more. Triple H says that Owen Hart can't cut it in WWE, and
so he should head south.
Yeah, he's going to send him south.
WCW.
Poor Owen. Just getting buried.
Jesus Christ. Our first match is only being mentioned because it sets up a match for all these guys at No Way Out. So basically, match itself isn't good until all the competitors show up and have a brawl.
The DOA have pink motorcycles, by the way.
Yeah, it's great. It's really great. They all show up. Mark Henry's there, obviously. The whole nation shows up. Fucking Ken Shamrock's there. Ahmed just, like, limbers to the ring, probably injuring himself. Or everyone else. But that's about that. It pretty much just sets up how these two factions are going to go at it in a month. A month, by the way.
Yep.
So we have to see this same bullshit every week for the next 3 Raws.
Oh, God, yeah.
It's awful. It's terrible.
Yeah.
The nice thing is right after that, we get to see a hilarious Vince Russo commercial.
Pause.
Oh shit! It's Vince Russo!
Yes, Vince Russo, literally on TV.
It's just him being like, "Hey, do you want some dirt?" And you're like, "Shut up, Vince."
What is he, Wade Barrett?
Yes.
We got that. What does he say? We got the dirt that those chicken shit announcers up in Connecticut don't.
Oh, it's so bad.
Do you want the straight shoot?
What the hell is he called at this point?
Vic Venom.
What an idiot. Oh, God, it's terrible.
I love Vince Russo.
Okay. After that, it's just hilarious. We have Mark Merrow and Tom Brady are still feuding.
For the 12th time, yeah.
For the 80th time.
Yep.
Nothing really happens here. Same matches as the past few weeks have been. Sable causes Tom Brady to get nutted and TKO'd for the pin. Soon there'll be power bombs in Mark Merrow's future.
Sign in the crowd. Sable, sit on my face.
Oh, great sign. It was probably me in a past life.
It's going on social media.
Mm-hmm.
I've taken lots of screenshots of these.
Yo, don't do that now. I don't want to get killed.
What? No. We'll do it. We'll do it when this episode comes up.
Yeah, I don't want to get killed by Brock Lesnar.
Oh, I see.
I don't want to get killed.
It probably was Lesnar.
young Brock Lesnar has cracked the shell early.
I hate talking about current shit because it kind of dates our show a bit, but did you see the Lesnar Austin podcast?
No, but I wanted to. Was it good?
No, it was terrible.
Oh, okay, good.
It's just them talking about hunting and shit, and they barely talk about any of it. They literally talk about Austin walking out because of the Lesnar situation. They talk about that for a minute.
Oh yeah,
And that should be
they didn't even like talk about like anything that happened on the Austin Heyman podcast.
No.
Like at all? Really?
No.
I was kind of hoping there'd be like some fucking bad blood there, and then there'd be like a match scheduled.
Well, I actually am such a mark. I was waiting for Lesnar to like lay Austin out as he was wrapping up the podcast or something. Mm-hmm. But he didn't ask him about Sable. He didn't ask him really. He asked him a little bit about WrestleMania 20, but Lesnar was just like, meh, no, I don't really want to talk about it.
That's crazy.
He said when he flipped off the crowd, though, that he was flipping off Vince.
Oh, good.
I never did that.
Good. Yes, good.
Eh.
That's good.
Yeah.
Shane and Mike Tyson get out of the limo. Everything seems super fucking tense.
That's a shoot, by the way. Shane is literally Mike Tyson's confidant during this time.
Yep, he is.
Vince had Shane just wander around with Mike Tyson the entire time.
Yeah, and he like goes around and meets with wrestlers and stuff. Yeah, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be really good. Cactus Jack and Chainsaw Charlie are everywhere these days. They have a match with the Quebecers, so they start smashing them around. And they take an insane amount of punishment before a disqualification occurs, and they can clear the ring with a barbed wire baseball bat because fuck it, why not?
The Quebecers aren't bad. I like their moveset.
Speaking of continuity and things being rehashed, every time I see the Quebecers, all I can think about is La Resistance.
Yeah.
That's literally what it is. That's what they are. Instead of Canadian flags, La Resistance came out waving like the fleur-de-lis and French flags.
I was laughing because they weren't there. I was waiting for the Mountie to show up because one of them is the Mountie.
Yeah, one of them is the Mountie. Yeah.
And the other one was the pirate, Jean-Pierre Lafitte.
Yeah, that's why he always wears an eye patch.
Yeah, I think that's a shoot too. He's missing an eye.
That's a shoe, brother.
Yeah. You missed the DX approaching the Undertaker's hearse, by the way.
Oh, so I did. Yes, I did.
Nothing exciting happens. It's full of the Godfather's hose for some reason. And
what the hell is that about?
And then DX jump in the back and Chyna closes the door.
She's like, these fucking guys. I wonder if Chyna at this point is just like, Hunter, what the fuck are you guys doing all the time? You always make jokes about my tits and just make dick jokes all the time.
I marked when they show the DX entrance at like No Way Out, and they spliced in Shawn getting caught looking at Chyna's tits in the DX.
Oh
video.
yeah.
So funny.
Yeah. So Jack and Chainsaw Charlie win after there's a DQ, and then they clear the ring with a barbed wire baseball bat because it's those two.
Yeah.
We have Bradshaw takes on Jeff Jarrett.
Another DX segment miss. They're backstage looking for The Undertaker.
I skipped all of these because fuck it.
They're kind of funny.
They're okay.
All right. Well, anyway, HBK picks. They're looking for The Undertaker. They run into the Minis. China picks up Max Mini, and HBK asks him if he's seen The Undertaker, and he hasn't. So they continue on.
Actually, I didn't skip all of them. I kept one.
All right.
But Bradshaw takes on Jeff Jarrett in a it's actually an okay match. I don't mind it at all. Bradshaw's just overwhelmed with numbers on the other side, obviously. Barry Windham comes out, hits JBL by what seems to be an accident because they'd been tagging together for quite a while at this point, causing him to lose the match. In a great Russo swerve moment, Windham turns on Bradshaw and joins Cornette and his band of merry men.
Yes.
Like a shitlord.
Even though he did a fake, I accidentally hit him, he does the, I meant to do it, haha.
I'm a Cornette guy.
Even though it makes no sense to pretend it like it was an accident.
At all. Yeah, so this is the DX segment I didn't skip.
Wait. You missed my favorite part of the episode.
Continue.
Martin Luther King, he loved peace.
Oh, Jesus.
Now it's time for war.
I didn't mention that for that reason. That's so tasteless. That's the most tasteless thing ever.
There was literally a Martin Luther King segment that's like, long live peace, and then the next segment is...
Rise war!
War!
Thorn in your eye? Yeah.
Jesus.
God. This is the DX segment I didn't skip, as I said.
Well, this is one of the best DX segments of all time.
When he comes out, HBK is dressed up as The Undertaker.
They trick them again.
He comes down from the ceiling, dressed up as him, and everyone marks again. And he it's HBK doing HBK things.
And then when the Undertaker's power goes off, it plays the DX theme, and and King marks, and it's so good.
It's so good. And then Triple H and China wheel out like a charcoal grill to the ring.
Yes.
They start having a cookout barbecue to symbolize what happened to the Undertaker
So funny.
at the pay-per-view last night. It's amazing. Hunter does his usual stuff where he tells everybody he's got a big dick. HBK launches into a promo about Austin, telling him he's beaten everyone else and that Austin should call South and see what happened to the other guys that he's already beaten. All in all, good promos ended as DX throws marshmallows into the crowd after that, and it's fucking awesome.
Should we pause here just for a quick snippet?
Yeah, I agree.
It's good stuff.
Not only is the Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels at the top of that mountain, he owns that mountain because the Heartbreak Kid says so. Oh. Stone Cold Steve Austin, you got quite a winning streak going, son. But why don't you ask around in the WWF locker room? Why don't you ask The Undertaker? Why don't you ask every superstar in the World Wrestling Federation? Then get on the phone and call every wrestler that the Heartbreak Kid sent down south, and they will all tell you the exact same thing I am about to tell you. Stone Cold Steve Austin, the Heartbreak Kid, lays down for absolutely nobody.
Yeah, I love this promo.
Yeah, it's really good.
And HBK immediately addresses the Austin feud and says, he says, ask everyone. I think he actually runs through like Bret Hart, Diesel, all of them. And he says ask them all that he's taught them the same lesson. Shawn Michaels lays down for absolutely no one. Yeah.
Yep. It's great. Really good. Mm-hmm. After that promo, we immediately go for shit. because Ahmed Johnson's here for his last stint in the WWF. Praise Jesus. He faces The Rock for the Intercontinental title before miraculously not injuring him in any way and losing like a good less than nothing jobber should.
Yes. JR notes that Johnson has been on the injured reserve longer than he's been on the active roster.
I actually can't believe that this guy is still around.
Yeah,
it's amazing. He's like, we started covering Raws in June of 1997. 96, sorry.
Yeah.
And we've gone a year and a half, and I think we've seen like 3 Ahmed Johnson pay-per-view appearances, a couple Raw ones where he doesn't do anything, and he just gets injured all the time. Like that one time he like fucked up his like kidney, and then he came back, and his first week he like fucked up his hand on the announce table.
What Johnson was probably like number 2 babyface when we started, right?
When we started, he was hugely over.
He was just behind Shawn Michaels, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Who's number 2 right now? Is it Owen Hart?
Owen Hart, maybe.
Or is it Cactus Jack?
Well,
no, it's The Undertaker.
It's The Undertaker.
Yeah.
But he's not here, so then it'd probably be Cactus Jack.
Okay.
Or Owen Hart.
Yeah.
Either way.
Yeah, I was wondering, just because it seems like Austin's so far ahead of them all.
Actually, to be perfectly honest, by the time we're done this episode, it might be someone that will surprise everyone. We'll get there.
Shamrock?
Is it Shamrock? No, it's not Shamrock.
It's The Rock!
It's The Rock! No, oh my god, it's The Rock! What the hell?
I love your...
He's leading...
It's The Rock!
And fucking was that Josh Matthews? Who was that?
I think it was Cole.
Oh, was it? It's The Rock! You're like, shut up, Michael.
You say that every time.
It's awful. It's one of the worst calls ever. Yeah. Nobody doesn't know. Like, nobody's like, oh man, whose music is this in the crowd?
Cole's
Everyone knows who that is.
Cole's the worst.
Oh God, Michael.
When Brock Lesnar comes back after 10 years and he goes, oh my.
Oh Jesus. And he just goes, oh my, and you're like, just shut up. I hate you. Yeah.
Yes.
I just the one thing, now that we're on this aside, that bothers me about the announcing team these days is that they always try and use these plug words or like
buzzwords.
Words that people have been called, and it's like so forced.
It's buzzwords.
It's not like JR's buzzwords where like everyone loved them. Like now, like, you know, every time in a match, like Brock Lesnar will like get beat down and come back, and then like Michael Cole will be like, and here comes the Beast Incarnate, and then like 2 minutes later the same thing will happen, and you'll be like, here comes Brock Lesnar, and you're like, you can't do that every 2 minutes and expect people to mark out.
Yeah, they all
like
have buzzwords. Yeah.
Like when JR, yeah, the vigilante. Like when JR was there, he would just like he'd say Austin was the toughest SOB once or twice. Once at the beginning of the match, and then at the end of a match if Austin won or got like beat up and got up and left on his own.
Yeah.
In the match, he's always like Austin or Stone Cold, or you know, he's never like saying dumb shit like, I guess you occasionally say the rattlesnake,
yeah.
but
that's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah. All right.
JR gets a pass.
Anyway, Ahmed Johnson's still around for like a month.
Yes.
We finished our matches for the night with the Godwins versus the Outlaws.
Wow.
It's standard, and the Outlaws win with a brick inside a stuffed animal. Burial.
Standard Russo booking.
Yeah. Cowardly heels to a T. Matches are terrible though. Good thing we're going to get a better tag team division by the end of this year.
Yeah.
Oh baby, we're gonna get a good tag team division. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
No, not even end of the year, is it? It's
middle. It's like middle. It's like just after WrestleMania.
We'll see. Okay.
Either way, we're gonna get better. That's the important thing.
Yes.
Basically, like all the shitty tag teams that are there now, fuck off.
That's
the
true.
Godwins are gone. The Legion of Doom fucks off for like 6 months.
No, they come back. They're the LOD 2000.
It's the LOD 2000.
Your
I know.
favorite.
I know. They're. Oh God. I swear.
With Sonny.
They finally found something for her to do. Lead a bunch of old farts around the ring. Oh God. All right. And this is our attitude adjustment number 9 now, Peter.
Yes, sir.
It's our important moment of this Raw, and it's our attitude adjustment number 9. If you're keeping track at home. Austin and Mike Tyson come face to face in the ring. We start the segment. McMahon comes down to the ring. He's getting booed now. He's like he's an active heel at this point.
He's like Floyd. Oh, I thought you were talking about Austin. Continue.
No. McMahon.
Yeah.
Is being booed.
Yes.
When he comes to the ring.
Yes.
People are booing him even when he's trying to talk. Then he introduces Iron Mike Tyson,
who gets booed as well,
and then who also gets booed, which is amazing.
Yeah.
Everyone knows that Austin's gonna come out here.
Mm-hmm.
Tyson, I do love this though. Tyson gives shout-outs to Bruno Sammartino and Nikolai Volkov, and I'm fairly certain that Vince is still pissed at him.
Oh yeah, imagine if he'd said Hulk Hogan or something.
Oh Jesus,
Vince, I love Bret Hart. I love the Hitman.
He tries to tell everyone that Mike will have a part at WrestleMania 15, but he's interrupted by Stone Cold. The crowd fucking loses it. Austin comes to the ring, followed immediately by like 20 officials.
Which I love that. It gives it like a really unscripted feel.
Yeah, they all know that everyone, like, you can tell that some shit's about to go down.
Oh yeah.
Vince demands to know what the hell Austin's doing out there. Austin is sick and tired of hearing about Tyson, and this is the part of the podcast episode that we played at the beginning. Which is him being sick and tired, obviously.
I'm sick and tired of hearing about Connor McDavid, but I don't go crazy like Austin does.
Yeah, I agree. It's kind of funny because he's sick and tired of hearing about Austin, but all the WWF is doing is shoving Austin down our throats at this point. Or he's sick and tired of hearing about Tyson.
Yeah, but, I mean, Austin is...
over his shit, so it's fine.
Yeah.
So at this point... Austin does a great part at the end of that where he's just like, here's a little sign language, and he flips him off. Tyson's like, what's going on, man? Shoves him. Austin comes back, and like JR's just like, and here we go! Just loses his mind. Huge brawl, mostly because like everyone's just in the middle trying to pull everybody apart. Mm-hmm. It goes on for about like 2 to 3 minutes. McMahon's visibly angry, yelling at Austin. Is this where we're like, you've ruined it!
You've ruined it, damn it!
You've ruined it, damn it!
And he's like kicking at him.
Yeah, it's so good.
One of the earliest heel Vince segments
moments
that we
ever.
actually get.
Yeah, it was great. Other than that was a fucking great way to end Raw. I'm glad that happened.
Well, it actually ends with Mike Tyson loudly yelling the word faggot.
Oh yeah, he does. Yeah, he's just like, you faggot! I was like, oh my god.
Holy shit.
Yeah, like, I can't believe this.
Can we not?
Can we leave that word out?
Did you notice that when Austin shoves Tyson, I always hear this on the DVDs and stuff, but I actually saw it this time. A couple $1,000 worth of $100 bills falls out of Mike Tyson's pockets.
Oh yeah?
His entourage are like on the ring mat picking them all up rather than dealing with his gun.
That's amazing.
Yeah, watch it again. There's money all over the ground.
Oh, that's amazing.
I have no idea why Tyson has that much money on him, but...
Alright, let's roll through these two.
This is important just because of the massive coverage you get.
Everyone was covering this.
I think this
all
also
over.
Took Austin up to the big league.
Yeah. He was close, but this pushed him over the edge.
Like, it elevated
Not
him.
a plug for over the edge, by the way.
No, but it elevated him above, the Shawn Michaels and, like, the others, just because he got to play with this big-time player of Mike Tyson.
I agree.
And, yeah, I think it still lives on. It's such a huge moment.
It's a huge moment. It still is, yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
Do we go to our next Raw, then?
Yes,
We'll
sir.
start rolling through these.
Yep.
January 26th, 1998, from Davis, California, because we haven't been in California long enough. Before we open, WWF remembers Bobo Brazil, who passed away January 20th, 1998, at the age of 74. Just so we all know.
All right.
We open with a video package of sorts showing everything that has happened with Mike Tyson since the Royal Rumble, including his altercation with Austin last week on Raw, as we just talked about.
Yes.
Austin and Tyson, they're making it shape up to seem like Austin and Tyson are going to face off at WrestleMania, and HBK says he also has an announcement regarding Mike Tyson tonight.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Did you think they were going to go with Austin versus Tyson at Mania when you were watching this?
When I first started watching it when I was a kid, absolutely.
Yeah?
Yeah, up until the third week when like Tyson kind of disappeared.
Yeah.
For a couple weeks, I was like, oh man, Mike Tyson's going to be on Raw every couple weeks, and there's going to be run-ins and brawls.
But were you like, fuck that, I want Austin to go after Shawn Michaels?
It depends. At the time, like, I was still a little pissed because Michaels won at the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
But I was more pissed at Kane than
you're
Shawn
an Undertaker
Michaels.
guy, right?
I was an Undertaker fan.
Yeah.
I was a huge Undertaker fan.
Okay.
But like at the same time, like, I mean, you could go after Michaels. I'd tell him to go after Michaels only because of the belt. But I think even if he went after Tyson, it'd still be a huge victory.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think the also thing too is, do you honestly think that Mike Tyson would want a job, like to job out to somebody?
Strangely enough, Floyd, he criticized Floyd Mayweather for going over the Big Show, and he's like, I would have let Big Show go over me.
But he's a different person now.
He's much different now.
You can't compare like 2013 Mike Tyson to 1998 Mike Tyson. Yeah,
definitely true.
All right, so announcement regarding Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
Our main storylines: Owen Hart versus Triple H for the European title, and Austin's promo on Mike Tyson. The first match is the same as last week. All the Nation and Shamrock Ahmed and the DOA are present. Nothing really worth mentioning here. In typical fashion, a massive brawl ensues, but somehow it's a Shamrock DQ win instead of a no contest. What the hell is going on with this officiating lately?
It's awful. It's bollocks.
It's fucking awful. I either want a Vince Russo or a Kevin Dunn.
It's so inconsistent. Yeah, you want to play one of these?
We'll play both. Fuck it.
Right.
Oh shit!
We're playing both.
Haven't had soundbite in a while.
Kevin Dunn, what the hell
All right.
was that?
A video recap of the feud between Undertaker and Kane is played just after that, as well as a lot of hyping for Austin and Don King's announcement. Next match is between the god-awful NWA faction and the Legion of Doom. This is the worst match I've ever seen. I didn't say anything.
Your favorite.
I saw this. I saw the NWA. I'm like, oh, good. Who's Jeff Jarrett going to illegally win against this week?
Oh, no.
And then the LOD came out, and I shit you not, I seeked on my player and skipped the whole thing. I refuse to write on this.
Well, high point of the match was Barry Windham hits Animal with the racket, and he gets the 1, 2, 3.
God.
But Animal actually kicks out at 3. Because he has to.
The no sell. Fucking hell. I thought you were going to say the high point of this match is when it was over.
I could imagine that the Undertaker could throw Animal off the Hell in a Cell and pin him.
And he'd probably still get up.
Still kick out.
Yeah. Oh, God. We then have a DX segment where they talk about Owen Hart and Austin facing Tyson. They talk about Owen Hart first.
Yes.
And then Austin facing Mike Tyson at WrestleMania. Not together. To that end, Michael says he will forego his match with Austin and referee instead. He tells Austin to ask The Undertaker how good of a referee he is. Nice SummerSlam 97 throwback there.
To which Triple H replies, "You can't."
You can't. So good.
I wrote that down too.
It's so good.
Let's include that as a soundbite. I love that line.
Yeah.
They love DX.
They do.
You gotta be there.
You're right.
You've gotta be there.
There's gotta be something that I can contribute to WrestleMania. Maybe I could handle Sable. No, oh geez, that'll make somebody mad. I can't do that. Maybe I could manage one of the minis.
Oh, they hate you. Remember that
Yeah,
thing?
they got pretty upset with that. There has got to be something that I can do at WrestleMania. Something to help the World Wrestling Federation and WrestleMania. Is it hot in here? I am boiling up. There's got to be something. It's on the tip of my tongue, but I can't quite think. I got it. Special referee. I can special referee the match between Iron Mike Tyson and Stone Cold Steve Austin. That way, Stone Cold doesn't get out of line. Mike Tyson gets treated with the respect that he deserves, and everybody knows what a good job I do. Heck, just ask The Undertaker. I'm not only the greatest wrestler in the World Wrestling Federation, but I am also the greatest special referee. That's it. I will special referee the match.
The
Iron
icon.
match.
The icon of the special referees, if you will.
WrestleMania, Shawn Michaels, Generation X. Coming your way. Right.
Vader and Goldust are still feuding, it seems. Vader fucking murders him for 3 minutes in this match before Kane comes out and tombstones Vader for a pretty cool lead up to No Way Out in just under 2 weeks.
It's a hell of a lift.
Yeah, that's a fucking big lift.
Yeah.
I marked out when I saw it.
Yeah.
That's he's like 350 pounds. And he just holds him there. He starts walking around the ring with them in his arms.
Yes, and it was also Vader dust, by the way,
Oh yeah, that's right, Vader dust.
because Goldust dressed up as Vader.
Because Goldust is killing his career. Yeah. Cactus Jack and Terry Funk versus the Outlaws is a match now. with the New Age Outlaws coming out with baseball catchers masks on.
Well, before we start that, there's a very odd segment where Mick Foley and Terry Funk are out of character, sitting in the ring. Oh, yeah.
Sorry, I missed that entirely.
Which is just being set up around them. And they're discussing their personas on TV. So Mick is like, oh, Cactus Jack is this kind of person. And Terry Funk is, oh, Chainsaw Charlie is this kind of person. It's fine. I like the humanity, the friendship between the two guys. I think it's a little strange that they have to be out of character to do this.
Yeah.
However, the camera work is god-awful, so I'm going to give this a Kevin Dunn. What the hell was that?
Kevin Dunn, what the hell
Very
was that?
strange. Very out of focus. Odd between the rope shot. Yeah, it was weird.
It's not good. But yeah, so that's right before this match they have against the Outlaws. The Outlaws come out with baseball catching masks on, and I'm still pissed about the Jays at this point, so we're leaving it. We're leaving it. This is basically a hardcore showcase as Terry Funk and Cactus start throwing around chairs and low blowing everything. They really want this feud to get rolling, obviously. Cactus tries to low blow Road Dogg, but Road Dogg's wearing a cup. So then later on in the match, he hits him he brains him with a chair. And then when that happens, he reaches into his pants and just throws the cup into the crowd.
Gross.
It's disgusting. And then he nut shots him to hell.
Yeah.
And then basically they want this feud to keep going because they just pile chairs on him, and then they have Terry Funk moonsault onto Road Dogg,
which is pretty nuts.
Which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Amazing fucking spot. I liked it. I marked out.
Yeah, it was great. They beat the shit out of the Outlaws, which was...
Yeah, man. It was nice to see for a change. Normally the Outlaws fucking bail out.
I mean, JR isn't giving Cactus Jack and Chainsaw Charlie any grief for doing this, so...
Nope, of course not.
Fucking hypocrite.
We have a number one contenders match for the light heavyweight title.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know why. This title seems to have been meaningless.
It's worthless.
Al Pantera versus Brian Christopher, who's doing pretty well in his heel role overall. I love the part in this match when he just hits El Pantera with something, and the camera's right in his face, and he just looks over and pauses for a second, realizes the camera's there, and then just goes like he always does, and then jumps into the ring. That's my favorite part of the match. Pretty good match though. Everything was accomplished. I love how King goes to shake El Pantera's hand after El Pantera wins, and then they just beat the shit out of him because it's King.
Yes, and then Lawler notes that's the way he congratulates people, and he would have done the same thing if Brian Christopher had won. I really like the JR King commentary during this match.
To your own son, King?
It's so funny.
Oh, there's some beauties after that coming up later on in this episode.
Oh, yeah.
Our first important moment of this Raw is Owen Hart versus Triple H, who happens to be Goldust.
Oh, you motherfucker. You skipped.
Did I?
The DX Nation of Domination, New Age Outlaws, Cactus Jack, Terry Funk segment.
Oh, yeah!
Did you write this down? I'll do it then.
I did, but go ahead.
All right. Backstage, DX bump into Cactus Jack and Chainsaw Charlie, which I mark out to because I'm a big fan of seeing Triple H and Cactus Jack together.
Yeah, well, who isn't, really?
They're standing in front of, a big fence.
A huge fence.
And the Outlaws are actually behind the fence, and they knock over the fence, which straps the Cactus Jack and Chainsaw Charlie underneath.
They just start beating the shit.
They start throwing these barrels at them, and they look like actual, oil barrels.
Those are oil barrels, they are.
And they're throwing them as fucking hard at them as possible. Yeah. And the only reason I kind of noticed this was because Mick Foley actually breaks character, because he flips out, he's freaking out. Either being trapped under the fence or just taking these oil drums to him as hard as possible because he fucking bails out of that
He
fence.
gets out from under the cage really fast.
I think the whole point was they're supposed to be stuck under there at the end.
Is he claustrophobic?
I think so because
he must be.
I've seen him do that before, at WrestleMania 20. What was the one where he's on fire? 22.
Maybe.
Yeah, after Edge spears him through the table, he's flipping out. Probably because he's on fire.
On fire!
But he's trying to get out of the table and stuff, and he basically just gets up and is fuck this.
I think that's him just trying to get out of the fire just in case the fire on the table didn't go out.
Yeah.
That's probably what he was told to do.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Similar here. He's just fuck this.
Fuck this, I'm out, which is really weird for Mick Foley.
Yeah.
Normally he's all aboard.
Yeah.
As we'll see against The Rock in the I Quit match.
I said this was one of those unseen things I've never seen. One of the things I've never seen before that I really enjoy watching doing this podcast with you. This sort of shit I would have never seen. I really like this segment.
We're gonna roll this along. We're gonna roll this along.
Headbangers. WrestleMania is 9 weeks away, and Hunter Dust versus Owen Hart.
Yeah. Huge pop for Owen Hart here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really glad because they're just fucking trying so hard to bury him. Here comes Triple H in China. Oh wait, it's Goldust and Luna. Everyone's like, the bell rings and apparently a normal match is happening. That makes a lot of sense.
Yep.
And then Owen Hart wins. Huzzah.
Mm-hmm.
He's like not really celebrating. Then for the first time in like 3 weeks, Sergeant Slaughter shows up. He comes in. He basically says that as far as I'm concerned, you beat Triple H tonight. So he strips Triple H of the title. He gives it to Owen for winning the match. And then it's got the classic Triple H like fucking freak out in the back on camera. He's like, no way! And he just like loses his mind.
Every episode
they've got one of those. I love how this is because I think
he didn't want a job.
He didn't want a job to Owen, but obviously didn't give a fuck about the title at all. Because he's just like, yeah, Owen can have it, but I'm not doing the job.
I noticed another Triple H not wanting the job at No Way Out too, which will.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that after.
Did you notice that too?
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah?
Yep.
What the fuck?
Yeah, man.
You're not Shawn Michaels.
I know. He thinks he is.
You are a mid-carder.
He's riding Shawn Michaels' coattails till just after WrestleMania.
You are a mid-carder for life.
Not even.
Yeah.
That's not true. You can't say that.
Okay. At this point.
You can't say that Triple H is a mid-carder.
I was referencing the sign, Hunter.
I know, but that was past tense.
Yes.
As Raw returns, we see Tyson and Austin shoving again from last week. Don King says he wants Tyson and Austin to happen at WrestleMania, but the Nevada State Commission won't let Tyson fight. He and Vince will have to do something so this match can come together. WrestleMania is only 9 weeks away. And Don King nearly makes it through the interview without saying something stupid.
Only in America.
I have
a funny story. So I know you're in a rush here. Apparently the WWE caused the schism between Mike Tyson and Don King.
Yeah, they did. I was going to bring that up.
Did you hear about this?
Yep. They did.
They sent Mike Tyson like a contract, and his wife read it, and Don King had authorized it, and Mike Tyson like slapped Don King in the face and fired him.
Yep.
Good stuff.
Yeah, man. They didn't fuck around.
Fuck Don King. He's an
Don
asshole.
King, his fucking hair is retarded. He looks like a clown.
Yeah.
All right. That's really dumb.
That's basically the episode, unless...
Except at the very end.
The Austin segment.
Which is Austin makes his way to the ring for a promo. He says he's last week really pissed him off. He said Tyson pushed him in front of the world, and that's something you just don't do. Austin doesn't give a rat's ass if Tyson's a boxer or not. He'll whip his ass anyway. He says he'll give him his number, his pager number, his address, so they can make this fight go down. He says he'll knock out Tyson's gold tooth and make a necklace out of it. I marked there. It was hilarious. He challenges Tyson to show up to No Way Out, and if he does, he'll whip his ass. Spoiler, he doesn't show up.
Just a complete, clear bait and switch there.
Yeah. Our third Raw is February 2nd, 1998, from Indianapolis, Indiana. We start off Raw with Raw coming off a modest 3.5 last week.
Not bad.
Nitro's mopping the floor because they get a 5.0.
For what, though?
I don't know. Did you have like a main event of like Sting and Hogan?
Probably.
What the fuck?
Knowing Bischoff.
No, apparently their first hour was like 4.6. And then there was like their second was 5.0, and their third hour was 5.4.
Jesus.
Which is insane.
Knowing Bischoff, he probably just replayed Starrcade in its entirety.
Starrcade.
Fuck it.
We begin with DX talking about standards and practice. Oh, we had to put a soundbite in here for this. We'll do it after I talk about this. Standards and practice and how they will adhere to them based on the hours they're on the show, depending on what hour it is. Shawn Michaels did not sleep with that young intern. He was up all night. I fucking love that promo. It's one of my favorite DX promos of all time.
That's a real letter they're reading, by the way.
I know, it's great.
USA sent it to them, and they...
I know, and then they just mocked it. It's amazing. The best part of this soundbite that we're gonna play is when like they read it, and then like Triple H, like Shawn Michaels just like, damn it, he's like, and then Triple H's like, watch your fucking mouth. He's like, oh, God damn it, and they just keep saying all these things they can't say.
Was yours censored?
Yeah, mine was censored.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was wondering if the network actually.
I wish it wasn't, but
They do have an uncensored one that we could.
yeah. And then Triple H at the end of it, like if you watch it, when he says what he says to Shawn there, they censor everything. You can see him mouth fuck without actually saying it. It's amazing. Yeah, let's put a soundbite in there.
We will only use the words ass, damn, hell, and bitch. We will never, however, use the words shit, fuck, goddamn, Jesus Christ, faggot, or any other racial or sexual slurs. Now then, as it pertains to video, we promise there will be less dick references.
Oh, shit.
Watch your fucking mouth.
Well, fuck me.
God damn it. Fuck. Anyway, there will be less penis references.
Oh, and one last thing. Even though many of you believe that currently the favorite pastime in the Oral Office is swallow the leader, I did not. I repeat, I did not sleep with that young intern. As a matter of fact, I was up all night.
All right. Our important moments for this Raw. Cactus Jack and Chainsaw Charlie get thrown off the stage in a dumpster. And Austin and HBK come face to face. Oh, baby.
Oh, good episode.
Oh.
Good episode.
Fucking great Raw.
Besides the 30-minute dumpster
Oh, God,
thing.
we'll get there. Fuck. Jesus Christ. All right. DX starts the show saying that Vegas McMahon and Don King should let Austin and Tyson fight. And HBK is more than happy to not wrestle at WrestleMania if that match were to take place.
What a guy.
They come out in like fucking Uncle Sam stuff and being like, let them fight! And like all these red, white, and blue balloons fall from the ceiling.
Which you hear
and
people just popping.
I
the
hate
entire
those
segment.
segments because that's all you can hear for like 10 minutes is people popping balloons. So yeah, he's more than happy to let the fight take place. Here comes Austin. He appreciates the fact that DX thinks he can beat Tyson's ass, but he reminds HBK that his ass belongs to Stone Cold because he won the Royal Rumble match. Both guys take off their shirts. There's a lot of jaw-jacking, and then Austin makes his way to the back.
This, I think, was the first time since July that they've been in the same
Been face to face? Yep.
Which is good. They've done a good job of keeping them away from each other, which I was appreciated.
Probably because they hate each other. Well,
DX doesn't goof off or mug or fuck around when Austin's
no,
in the ring,
they take him very seriously.
which I appreciate.
That's cool, yeah.
And Austin doesn't take any shit, and he flips off China when he leaves, which I like.
Yep. Our first important moment of the episode, and longest, is Cactus Jack versus Terry Funk in a King of Hardcore match.
Why'd they do this?
Because they're idiots.
They're really stupid.
Bust, you know. Okay, so both of them come to the ring after their respective interviews with weapons because they're fucking crazy idiots. So there's some crazy spots in this match. They hit each other with like fucking garbage cans and shit.
Ladders.
All over the place. Ladders. Terry Funk takes a pile driver while his head is still in a garbage can.
Oh, that looked brutal.
Which is fucking crazy. I imagine getting a grip in a pile driver is hard enough as it is, let alone when you've got like a slippery metal can over their fucking skull.
Oh yeah.
They battle back up the ramp, and Cactus Jack, basically they fight. They go into a dumpster. Cactus Jack climbs up a ladder onto like the Raw border thing for the gigantic Titantron, and does an elbow drop onto Terry Funk into the dumpster. It's really funny because the whole dumpster is filled with like packing styrofoam, so you know something's gonna happen.
According to Foley in his book, he was supposed to jump off. I forgot if he said halfway or the top, but the dumpster moved out of position, so he just took the much smaller bump.
Oh yeah,
but he did laugh at the packing peanuts, like poof,
yeah,
shooting in the air.
It's really funny. And then the Outlaws come out on the stage, and they like kind of look perturbed, and they like put the cover down when they're both in it, and they lock it, and they look like they're going to push it down to the ring at first, and they like kind of come aside, and they're like, "What should we do?" And then they shove it off the side of the stage when it's locked, and this is where I would like the JR soundbite.
All right.
Dumpster, and it is sealed shut.
It's like they did this without JR knowing. That's how, like, serious he is.
He flips out, yeah.
Flips the fuck out.
This isn't that bad of a bump, though.
No, it's not. It's not at all.
I'd take this.
Yeah, you're in a dumpster full of packing shit. And you know what? They probably had, like, a fucking strap or something inside.
Oh, totally.
When they, like, closed the lid, there was probably, like, in there, like... Because I don't know if you noticed this, Peter, but when they first put the lid down, Billy Gunn puts the lid down on the right-hand side, and then he lifts it back up and reaches inside. So I think he was, like, reaching for one of them, for them to, like, touch his hand to say that they were both ready to go.
Oh, totally.
Yeah,
like
because
a quick squeezy
like a quick squeeze to say that they're ready to go off.
Interesting.
But yeah, so they're obviously strapped in and stuff. But everybody does it. Everybody in the back comes out to help. Like, jobbers, faces, heels, everybody is outside. The first one on the scene is fucking Mark Marrow. And, like, Pat and fucking Gerald Briscoe and stuff are all out there. Flash Funk is, like, trying to start a fucking brawl with the New Age Outlaws because of what they did.
He's trying to get himself over.
Sunny is, like, trying to, like, audition for Hollywood with her really shitty fake crying. It's really bad.
Vince comes out, which was nuts.
Yeah, Vince comes out and looks pissed. Yeah, he comes out and looks pissed. They did a really good job selling this, to be perfectly honest. Everything. Flash Funk tries to start several brawls with the Outlaws. Everyone's pissed off. There is a couple punches thrown. Vince is trying to get everybody to calm the fuck down. They take Terry Funk, who does his patented, like, my fucking hand is shaking.
My eyes, cactus, my eyes.
When they get out of, when they get out, and then, basically it shows the Outlaws backstage after they take them away in an ambulance, and they feel guilty, but they have families to feed too. They need their moments.
So Russo-rific.
Yeah.
Like, JR accuses them of going into business for themselves, and that they're going to go to wrestler's court, and... God, all this shit no one knows about if they're actually watching it. Yeah.
It's insane. DX meets them backstage and tells them they keep pushing the bar every week. Shawn Michaels has a great segment where he's like, "When's enough, Vince? When's enough?" That's really cool. Sunny is fucking hamming it the fuck up. She, like, has to be led away from the stage side with, like, Pat Patterson. She looks like she's gonna faint. She's crying. I'm not sure if she gets into, like, the fucking ambulance with Terry Funk or not.
Oh, probably.
But and then fucks him on the way.
She went to the hospital to steal some like morphine.
Yeah. This was a 14-minute segment in an hour, in an hour-long Raw.
It felt like 30.
It feels way longer than it actually is. Yeah, it's insane. They showed the dumpster being pushed off the stage about 7 times.
It's not that bad of a bump.
No.
It's cool.
But I think it's one of the bigger ones they've done at this point, though. I mean, to be fair, like, the only one that's just as big is, like, Shawn Michaels falling off the side of the cage.
He was on the top, bro. I guess he was hanging to the top.
He was hanging.
Theoretically on the side. That's a huge bump. That should have been like
halfway through 1998 is when Mick falls, and that's the biggest one.
That's the defining one. Okay.
Then we have Billy Gunn versus Owen for his newly won European title. The Outlaws come out and try and start their shtick, and they're getting fucking booed into oblivion. Obviously, because
there's a weird placement for them to come out.
They're full-blown heels now.
JR says that last segment will define a generation.
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
Even King is, like, really upset with these guys, which is kind of...
he's like 2015 King.
Yeah, pretty standard match overall. DX obviously comes out, and the number game beating takes over. There's a crazy spot up on the stage. Triple H DDTs him onto the fucking steel, and then they're about to, like, swing him off the stage.
Shit, that stressed me out. I thought they were actually going to throw him.
Yo, and, like, they weren't, like, haphazardly throwing him.
No.
We're talking, like, 50 degrees on either side of the guys that are throwing him. Like, they could have let him go or slipped.
Yeah.
If he was sweaty, they could have just slipped, and he could have been fucking gone.
Holy shit. I'd never seen this segment before, so I wasn't sure if Owen was going for a ride.
It was insane. But then a bunch of officials come out. DX tells the Outlaws to keep it up and keep raising the bar.
We need more ratings, is what they say.
Yeah, we need more ratings, guys. Michaels has made it a personal feud with Kevin Nash. A match with Mark Marrow and Mosh happens. God.
Oh, I didn't write this down.
Yeah, Mero brings out. I only wrote 2 lines. Mero brings out Goldust, and Thrasher and him have some brawls. Mosh gets nut-shotted and rolled up for the loss. Boring. That's all I said. Barry Windham and Jeff Jarrett tell us that Bradshaw is a loose cannon, Brian Pillman sighting, and that he needs to calm down. Bradshaw says he's going to find a partner, and he seems pretty pissed. Still seems pretty pissed from last week. Tiger Ali Singh is up next. For
Jesus, I didn't write any of this shit down.
Yeah, but I was all I said was, what the hell did they do to Tiger Ali Singh? And that's all. That's all I wrote, because it's fucking horrible.
All right.
He's calling him Peter. He's calling himself the new Messiah.
I told you he said this at one night only.
That's so insane. That's so ridiculous.
He said 2 matches.
Yeah, and he's the new Messiah. Well, the next match
really
with anyone from a 10-man tag match at No Way Out is boring and shitty, so we're not going to cover any of it. Farouk leaves after being counted out because he gets into disagreement with Kama. The end. Bradshaw and Flash Funk get in a match against Windham and Jarrett. Pretty good match. Bradshaw gets a huge push here, and he even gets to punch Cornette in the face. Good stuff. Then he gets beat down by the 4 members with Cornette.
JBL is actually really good during this time period.
Yo, JBL's great. I enjoy his matches
some
and stuff now.
bad
He's got some
gimmicks
newfound intensity.
But I love his offense, but probably because he's stiff as fuck, which I'm
he works really stiff. Yeah,
but he his power bombs, his power moves, they always look great.
There's a really good match that a lot of people consider one of JBL's best during this era, coming up in about 4 or 5 months when Vader comes back.
Oh, that'd be good.
And it's between him and Vader, and it's considered one of their best matches respectively because it's just so fucking stiff.
Sweet.
They're both working so stiff.
I'm excited.
Yeah. So that happens. Some guy is out to talk about WrestleMania. His name is Wink.
It's Wink.
Who the fuck? He says that WrestleMania sold out in 90 seconds, which is a new record.
That's pretty crazy.
Kane doesn't give a fuck about your records and comes out and destroys him. Basically, he comes out and chokes him, and then Vader comes out, and he's like, your big ass belongs to me!
His microphone's broken, though, so...
Yeah, it's great. He challenged him to do a match at No Way Out after chasing him from the ring. With a fire extinguisher. Kane is getting huge pushes at this point, and he's just destroying everybody.
Is this the first time we've seen a fire extinguisher in WWE?
No. There was one in the street fight between the Leech and all of them.
Good memory. They say it's in Kane's one eye, which, again, he is too.
He is too. We all know this. I can't believe that they're still using fire extinguishers at this point. The bill for that is insane. Because the chemicals they use inside them, you have to clean the whole area where it was sprayed.
I can't imagine breathing that shit.
Yeah, they'd have to clear the whole arena.
They must be gimmicked.
There had to be gimmicked fire extinguishers.
Because when he's spraying Kane, I'm like, shouldn't you be suffocating right now? You wouldn't be able to breathe any of that shit.
Can't breathe, yeah. And then our important moment here is Austin and Michaels come face to face. This is supposed to be a Billy Gunn versus Stone Cold match.
Austin versus Road Dogg, actually.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Austin gets massive... Oh, it's because I wrote, this match is great. Austin gets massive pops, and Billy Gunn tries to help out and gets buried.
He beats the shit out of both of them.
Yeah.
He's so far above everyone on the card.
Road Dogg also gets owned, and then DX shows up to even the odds, which is hilarious because it's 5-on-1. They wrap Austin in the ropes while HBK fucking berates him. I love this segment. HBK just right in his face, and he does that. He goes the extra mile because when Austin's in the ropes looking furious, he grabs Austin's chin to make him look at him.
I remember messaging you just to be like, oh my god.
Yeah, and Austin looks fucking furious.
He looks like he's turning purple. He looks like he's going to kill HBK.
He looks so mad.
And HBK, I think, encourages it by he digs the title into his face.
Yeah, he's like, this is the closest you're ever gonna get, and he just shoves it in his face. Oh, it's so good. Cactus Jack and Terry Funk come back from the hospital. Terry Funk has still got a hospital gown on, and he's waving a chainsaw around.
And the camera has to awkwardly cut away because DX are just casually walking by him.
Yeah.
on the ramp, and he's just got a chainsaw and he can't really do anything to them. So
Yeah.
they cut away to him.
DX flees the scene, and I can't wait until after WrestleMania when the Outlaws officially join DX.
Definitely.
Good fucking times.
They would have gone that road either way, you can tell.
Oh, you could tell that these guys all worked really well together.
Yeah.
Even if Michaels didn't leave, it would have just been a stable, like
so.
one extra person.
Yep.
All right, so our fourth Raw and final Raw of this episode is February 9th in Evansville, Indiana. Apparently, it's Freddie Blassie's birthday, February 9th, as we all know, because apparently Sonny, dressed as Marilyn Monroe, sings Happy Birthday. It's really weird. They even do like the fake dress thing over the fucking like tile. Yes. Where like it blows. It's so fucking weird.
And Sonny also dies of an overdose, like Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah. No, not yet. She's just she can't afford the overdose, so she's working on Skype.
God,
we're horrible. Raw ended last week with a 3.2, which is really weird because I thought like the last segment was great. And Nitro has a 4.6, which is also a dip for both franchises. So,
well, it's better than a fucking 2.6 or whatever they have.
Right now. Shots fired! Like right now. Yep.
Keep going lower.
Yeah, keep lowering that bar,
Keep
and
falling.
then when you get like a 3.0, it'll be great. Mm-hmm. We start with Austin telling HBK he doesn't like his belt shoved into his face, and he wants a piece of Shawn Michaels right now, and he's not going to wait till WrestleMania. HBK tells Austin from the back, as they're all giggling and laughing like they usually do, that he'd be more than happy to come out and slap him around if he can give him just one good reason to do so. Austin says, "I got your belt."
Got your damn belt here.
And then Michaels does the classic thing where he's like, "Oh, you don't have my belt. You mean this belt right here that I wear everywhere and all this stuff?" And he pulls out like a toy belt from his fucking bag, and then we have another typical DX freak out. Like, no, that son of a bitch! It's like losing their minds. HBK, like I said, pulls a toy belt out of the bag. They lose their mind. Furious rant. Austin says he will wait all night if he has to for him to come get his belt.
Always interesting to see Austin with the Winged Eagle Championship.
Yeah. The important moment in this match is Austin and DX collide again. Sonny comes out and is still dressed as Marilyn Monroe to introduce Barry Windham and Jeff Jarrett to face the shitty Legion of Doom. Everything is shit and no sold, and Bradshaw comes out to save them from the figure four. The LOD looked annoyed after Bradshaw chases their opponents from the ring. Fucking garbage.
I think they got DQ'd because of Bradshaw.
Yeah, they did.
Oh, okay.
Thank God for Bradshaw. I hate them so much. Pierre versus Henry Godwin. Can we stop with these garbage matches? It was probably Sting versus Hogan on Nitro right now, and we have this fucking match. No wonder we're getting like 3.2 ratings. We have a decent match with Taka Michinoku and Aguila versus Brian Christopher and Pantera. It's a shame all these guys are being used this way, especially Taka and Brian Christopher, who are both really good and only going to get better.
Well, apparently El Pantera turned heel on Shotgun Saturday Night.
Oh, yeah?
They show the highlights, but they don't actually show the heel turn, which I thought was a little strange.
Yeah, weird. Well, because they faced each other last week.
I didn't get a finish to this match, by the way.
Nothing happens. Pantera wins.
Did they show it to you, though?
Yeah.
Because on the network feed, it just cuts to the Kane segment.
Oh, weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, all it happens is Pantera wins.
Oh, odd.
Yeah.
Did he whip out his dick or something? Is there a reason they cut it out? Like,
I don't know. I don't think so.
Strange.
Anyways, here comes Kane with Paul Bearer. He knows the fans are shocked with Kane tombstoning Vader and tells Vader he was a bad man for using a fire extinguisher to try and blind Kane's only good eye. Decent continuity there from last week, even though we all know that he still has
see both eyes.
Yeah, exactly. Kane sets a Vader clock on fire with his jibby jabby magic. Woo!
God, it slightly burns.
Fucking Russo.
It's like a firework on it.
And Paul Bearer tells everyone that Undertaker will not be in Texas and he is gone for eternity.
Which means you think he'd show up in Texas.
Which means nothing, because we fucking saw on Raw 2 episodes ago the fucking thing that happened after the last pay-per-view where Undertaker spoke.
Yes. Well, they didn't show him talking, but they showed the casket was empty, which means the Undertaker is coming back.
Brace yourself.
Yeah.
The Undertaker's coming. All right. Generic Ken Shamrock and 10-man tag match participants here. Ken Shamrock doing Shamrock things. He basically gets DQ'd, gets pissed. Belly to Belly's the ref. Belly to Belly's Chains, who's one of his partners. Thank God for that. Steve Blackman actually gets a win against the fucking Truth Commission. The Jackal seems pissed. He should have just brought out Kurgan. Clearly, he would have won because he's the Great Khali.
Let's just not skip this match too quickly. We get to see Steve Blackman doing a backlight dance with glow sticks in the ring.
Yeah.
And then the fucking Jackal comes from the ceiling in a podium.
It's so ridiculous.
While his music plays the entire match, and he talks the entire match.
Kevin Dunn!
Totally. Play it. Or
Play
Russo. Both.
Yeah, both of them. It's fucking ridiculous.
Kevin Dunn.
This is the most ridiculous segment since, like, the Headbangers got brained by a boombox.
It was so weird, and it didn't get anyone over.
No. It's really dumb.
Yeah.
It's really dumb.
Very strange.
Yeah, and that was the match. Great. Wonderful. Cool. Thrasher and Goldust have a match. Naturally, Mero has forced Sable to the back. She comes back out and slaps Luna and Goldust across the face. She heads back to the back as Luna is held back and the crowd is going apeshit for Sable.
They go nuts for her.
Yeah. Important moment here before our pay-per-view. DX and Austin collide again. Here comes DX to talk about the pay-per-view and how they want HBK's belt back. So he says, Austin, bring your ass out here. Here comes Austin.
He says.
Yeah, here comes Austin. 5-on-1, be damned. He swings the belt like a madman and clears the ring. Then they all start surrounding the ring, and it looks like he's going to be overwhelmed. Then you can just hear a fucking chainsaw. He backs up off the right spot, and then Cactus Jack and Terry Funk pop up out of the ring. Terry Funk looks like a fucking madman when he holds up the chainsaw.
Yeah.
And then Owen Hart comes out of nowhere. He's like wearing like a fucking collared shirt and jeans. Chyna grabs the belt in all the chaos, and the Outlaws try and do something before getting hammered by all of them before DX and the Outlaws make a retreat up the ramp.
Very strange.
Which basically it was just to lead us into what the pay-per-view final match was supposed to be.
Yeah. It was a big cluster.
Yeah, it was a gigantic clusterfuck.
Yeah.
All right. So, are we ready for this?
No way out of Texas.
I love this theme.
Yeah, the theme's good.
All right.
Gets you pumped.
All right, so here we are. In Your House 20. And one of the last times In Your House is used.
Do you know why they called it Out of Texas?
Yes, because No Way Out had something to do with WCW.
They thought it was
at the time. It was, the initials NWO. What a bunch of fucking idiots. Jesus. No Way Out of Texas from Houston, Texas, February 15th, 98. At the Compaq Center, the attendance was 16,110.
The former home of the Houston Rockets.
Oh God.
Former pay-per-views, Royal Rumble 1989, which
I like that you do this.
I know, I'm a big fan
I like
of
these.
JR notes this. Bad Blood 2003, which I actually paid for once upon a time. The Kevin Nash Triple H Hell in a Cell.
Oh, terrible.
And the 9/11 SmackDown.
Oh, really?
It's now owned by the Lakewood Church. They own the entire stadium.
Jesus.
They purchased it for $7.5 million, and they have about 40,000 people for mass every week. Mass? Maybe not.
That's a
Service,
lot.
Whatever.
What church was it?
Lakewood Church. I don't know what denomination or.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
All right, should we just launch right into it then?
Let's do it.
Fuck. All right. Well, here comes the first match. The Headbangers versus Goldust and Mark Mero. Mark Mero comes out with Sable. Sable might be the second biggest babyface in the company.
Yeah, she's so over.
That's who I'm talking about when I say that you might be surprised who it is by the end of this episode.
Oh, I see. I see.
Wow. Sable comes the fuck out, and like, you can't even fucking hear the announcer. Like, the roar is so loud.
That's an interesting point.
She might be the second biggest babyface right now.
She doesn't do anything.
She doesn't do anything.
Why didn't she ever learn to wrestle?
Except she's the anti-Mark Mero.
Yeah, Mark Merrow's a big hole of charisma.
Yeah, black hole.
Why does he bring kayfabe wise? Why does Mark Merrow bring Sable all the way back to the ring?
Then tell her to get out.
Yeah, is it just, I guess, just to humiliate her? But like, he knows she's gonna get a big pop, and it's just gonna piss her off, and she's gonna run down to the ring.
Yeah.
Very strange.
Everything starts going. Naturally, she gets sent to the back because Luna is a jealous bitch. Basically, the storyline here, I guess, was that Goldust and Mark Merrow were trying to form a semi-decent tag team. But then, like, Luna kept getting jealous of Sable, so Mark Merrow kept sending her to the back.
Very strange.
Yeah. Everything starts going the, like, Merrow and Goldust way for a bit in this match. There was a momentum shift after, like, a fucked up move. And the Headbangers take over, and they start capitalizing until Luna nutshots Thrasher. When they go for, like, their finisher, I can't remember what the fuck it is when they go off the turnbuckle.
It's probably like the stage dive or something stupid.
Yeah, stage dive, yeah.
Okay.
And then, but she, like, nuts him on the fucking top turnbuckle, obviously. After that, Sable comes back out, and the place fucking loses their mind. Both men jump out, and they hold the respective bitches back, trying to, like, stop them from fighting. To the point where, like, they're so obsessed with that
What's his face gets rolled up.
Yeah.
Goldust gets rolled up.
Thrasher falls off. No, Merrow gets rolled up.
Does he?
Goldust is still fighting with fucking Luna, trying to get her away from Sable. And then Sable gets pissed off when Merrow gets rolled up because she thinks she's an idiot.
Yeah.
And then the Headbangers pull the switcheroo, roll him up. Goldust carries Luna to the back on his shoulder, and then Merrow gets in Sable's face. Sable shoves him to the mat, and the crowd fucking loses it. And all of Merrow's credibility as a wrestler is gone.
How about we don't do this segment the week before the pay-per-view? Because this is the exact same thing that happened on the Raw the week before. Imagine the pop if we hadn't seen this done before. It would have been fucking massive.
Oh, huge pop.
I love Thrasher pulling Twin Magic with Mosh because Thrasher blades for some strange reason.
Yeah.
I know we've seen him blade before. So he's covered in blood and he doesn't look anything like Mosh, but whatever.
It's like the rest don't know that.
It's like Nikki Bella and Brie doing Twin Magic these days.
Yeah, one has a huge ass and tits, and the other one's the other one.
Yeah.
God.
They look completely different.
They don't look the same at all.
Yeah. Plastic surgery.
Twin Magic.
Brother.
Fuck. I love this interview with Owen Hart just because he promises to work with Steve Austin, and he also promises to bust Triple H's legs.
Yes, he tells Stone Cold to stay out of his way, and he's going to kick Hunter's leg out of his leg. Yeah, good. You got the reference. I even did the trail off.
Oh God! I took a drink of water there, and then you said that.
Where
almost spit it all over my screen.
Owen realizes he's fucked up, and it's just like, I gotta finish it. Whatever.
With his leg.
That's why I kicked your leg out of your leg. Soundbite, just in case anyone needs a reference
so
here.
Good.
Your leg was bad. I was aware of that. Just tag me. But you're too selfish. You just want to put your sharpshooter on. I could have won the match. I don't need you with a bad leg doing it, Brent. You're too damn selfish, and that's why you're sitting there with a bad leg, and that's why I kicked your leg out of your leg.
That's for you, Luke, in case you ever listen to this.
Oh, it's so good. Your leg.
Owen.
Our next match is Taka Michinoku versus Pantera for the meaningless light heavyweight title. Does Sonny wear the same outfit all the time, Peter?
Okay, this was the match where I said I think Sable's hotter than Sonny.
Yeah, well, everyone agrees. Sable comes out in that thing and looks fucking magnificent.
I crossed the border finally. I was kind of between. I was like, but now I'm like, I have no interest in Sonny. I won't have sex with Sable.
Yeah.
Life is good.
Yeah. Really decent match here, but the highlights are definitely Brian Christopher and King on the mic. One of my favorite ones is when King goes, "Hey Brian, you know what you call a Japanese wrestler with a title? a thief. They all just start laughing.
So much casual racism during this
Yeah.
match.
Oh man, it's bad.
I hear the word slant eyes.
Yo, yeah, Brian Christopher near the end of the match is like, who cares if that slant eyes hurts? I'm like, wow. All right. I do like how JR just keeps trolling Brian Christopher like the whole match.
Oh yeah.
After this match, Christopher tries to attack Taka, but Taka hits him and escapes into the crowd.
Yep.
Good times.
Yep.
That match sucked. That was okay. It was okay.
No, it was actually not bad. There was a crazy Topo con Hilo splash where Taka's like lying just outside the ring apron and El Penta somersaults onto him.
Yeah.
Which I'd never seen before.
Really good stuff.
Yeah.
Third match, the Godwins versus the Quebecers. My first point is, who thought this match was a good idea?
Yeah, we needed a couple more of these matches.
There's no heat here at all. I laughed really hard at the Quebecers though, because they left WCW, then like got here, then they get fired, then they go all over the place, and they all split around. What? Yo, did you hear? Okay, did you hear before the match started that one Quebecer?
What do you say?
Right before the match starts, you see him like turn to the fans near the ramp. He's like, "You look like a fag." It's ridiculous. Yeah, he's like, "You look like a fag." I'm like, "Oh my god."
Classic heel heat. Jesus.
Yeah. This match is terrible, and the only reason this match like was hilarious to me was that part. And King calls for the assassination of Bill Clinton.
Yes!
He says that the president should be assassinated.
What the fuck?
On live TV.
Jesus Christ.
How was he allowed to continue working?
Yes, he says, "Where is Lee Harvey Oswald when his country needs him?" Jesus Christ.
God.
Yeah.
I like how as soon as, but right before I said that, you're like, say it. I know what you're talking about.
That's all I wrote down.
So bad. Oh my God, brutal. The answer to that, King, is in prison.
Yeah, I'm amazed the Secret Service didn't pay him a visit after that.
Yep. I really love this WWF Attitude commercial. It never gets old. Try lacing my boots. It's great. I really like it.
Did they change the voiceover again? It's Mark Marrow saying, "Try lacing my boots."
Was it? I thought it was Austin.
No, I was. They change it every time I've watched it. So
yeah, it was Austin this time.
Okay, good.
Then we have Bradshaw versus Jeff Jarrett. Like I said earlier, I do like Jeff Jarrett's music at this point, but it's still not as good as the "Don't Piss Me Off" music. Only because I associate that with Deborah as well.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. I wonder if this is where they got the idea for like the actual invasion storyline. Because like the NWA is kind of trying to invade the WWF, even though the NWA is like defunct. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't even know what the hell they were trying to do.
And I also like that Bradshaw had a pivotal role in like both of those storylines.
Yeah. I just like King's awful joke, but I still laughed.
Yeah.
Where he's like, I could have been in the NFL, but I wanted Sundays off.
Oh yeah, I wanted Sundays off, yeah.
So dumb.
Bradshaw comes out after, like, they bring him out to a nice pop because he's at home, right? Mm-hmm. He looks jacked as fuck, though. He comes out with a fucking bull rope and, like chaps and a vest and a fucking huge mustache now and, like, a cowboy hat pulled, like, way down over his eyes. He looks like a goddamn villain from fucking an old western.
I think he could use a new outfit though.
Yeah, Bradshaw goes insane on Jeff Jarrett for the first half of the match. Like, he just fucking destroys him. Mm-hmm. He's in the corner, like, just chopping him and punching him to the point where the King goes like, "My God!" when he like just starts taking it to him. Holy shit, it's insane. Yeah. Then he goes after like Jim Cornette in the most obvious homer move ever. Not much of a match. Jarrett grabs the racket after Cornette drops it, and Bradshaw wins by disqualification. Bradshaw takes the racket afterwards and destroys the entire NWA at the end before like getting Cornette and fucking like scoop slamming him. So awful ridiculous.
Awful stable.
The greatest thing about this match was the King being like, "You know what you call a pretty girl in Texas? A tourist." It's just like, just so funny. Oh God. Okay. Now we get to my favorite part of the entire pay-per-view.
It's too bad a soundbite wouldn't do this justice.
It's the greatest thing that happened in this whole pay-per-view.
Yeah.
There's a promo backstage where the Nation of Domination is getting interviewed, and Kevin Kelly asks was it Kevin Kelly?
Michael Hayes.
Michael Hayes asks the Nation how they feel about going into this match.
Yes, for the leaders.
The Rock starts to answer, and then Farouk's like, "You must be wanting an ass whipping," and then like takes it, but The Rock, the whole time Farouk's talking, is like looking at the camera and being like, "I'm the champ," and he's like whispering it and doing the title thing. Is this the first people's eyebrow?
No, he did it. I saw him do it to Shawn Michaels during the Hart Foundation Nation of Domination feud.
Okay, because this is the first time that I noticed it.
Okay.
But like he's just doing like the "I'm the champ,"
and he's rolling his
like
eyes.
Rolling his eye. The best thing is like when Farouk's like, "Somebody's gonna get their ass whipped," and then he just goes like fakes a yawn. It's so he just buries Farouk.
He's flexing his pecs. And
he's flexing his pecs and like dancing and going like, "I'm the champ," and doing like the champ belt thing over top. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. So they come out first, and then Shamrock and Ahmed and the DOA come out. No one fucking cares. The Rock comes in last with like the most fucking swagger ever. He comes in, takes his sweet time getting up the steps, gets in the ring, walks over. Like Farouk's like waiting for him to come over in line so they can do the salute, and the Rock kind of like casually just whips it up there.
Yeah.
It's great. This whole match is like paint by numbers, usual stuff. The Rock actually loses clean here to Shamrock, who taps him out. He blames Farouk. A brawl occurs between the Nation until they break it all up, and everything seems fine. And my final point in this match was there was just enough talent here to cover the fact that 7 of them were terrible.
And after this match, Ahmed Johnson
out of 10.
was fired for injuring too many people.
Yeah! Godspeed,
I was
idiot.
so upset to see that was removed from Wikipedia.
Oh, they removed it?
I think so. I couldn't.
Oh, we're going to have to put it back up there. We have to put it back up.
It's the truth.
It's the truth. Shall set you free.
Oh, nice.
Oh, snap.
Very nice.
Kane versus Vader. Well, actually, before that, Steve Austin has an interview. And he doesn't care who he faces tonight, but he's ready to whip somebody's ass. That was a really enlightening interview, and we wouldn't have known that otherwise.
And if Michael Cole doesn't leave, he's going to start with your ass. So that was more Ahmed Johnson.
Yeah, I was going to say, Michael Cole, show your ass. Like, oh, God.
That was my Stone Cold. I can do it. I'm going to start with your ass, Michael Cole. That's a little better.
You trash.
No stealing from the last fan.
Okay. It's so good, though.
It's so good. I wish we could use it.
It's you trash. Oh, it's great. Yeah. So Kane versus Vader happens.
Well, before that,
yep.
JR notes that they've set a new record attendance in this arena.
Oh, yeah.
Who cares?
Nobody fucking cares about that.
16,000 people. It's not like WrestleMania.
Yeah, nobody cares.
And apparently at the time, this was the record for wrestling in Houston in general.
Really?
If you can believe it.
That's amazing to me.
Because I'm guessing there's a couple of Nitros here, so it'd probably be like 40,000, and then WrestleMania 17, which is 67. And then I think the current one would be WrestleMania 25, which is 72,744.
Oh my God, that's so much.
What a terrible WrestleMania.
72,000 people for a fucking tire fire.
Well, besides one match.
Yeah. Well, yeah. All right, so you ready for this? Kane versus Vader?
He's just a big fat piece of
shit. Vader's super over with the crowd.
Yeah,
though.
really over.
People think he's the only one who can stop Kane. Are you fucking serious?
Come on, Marks,
Jesus.
Goddamn Marks.
After outside action, it gets back into the ring where Vader does a fucking moonsault.
Vader bomb.
And then Kane no-sells it.
Yeah. Pulls an animal.
Yeah. That's horrible. A power bomb after he uses a fire extinguisher again. He basically goes outside, pulls out a toolbox, and then a fire extinguisher. Sprays it in Kane's face again.
And the ref, of course, doesn't
smoke everywhere.
Doesn't hear the fire extinguisher, number one, and doesn't notice the fucking smoke all over the ring.
God. Yeah. So Vader stupidly goes after Paul Bearer instead of going for a pin after the power bomb, and he gets beat with a tombstone.
Kane hasn't lost yet, right? Like he's
No, he's
Undertaker
not.
is his first loss.
Apparently, people at the time were pissed with this booking.
Really?
Yeah, and I said I think it works perfectly. Kane is supposed to be an unbeatable monster until Undertaker comes back, and that's exactly the way it comes out to be.
The way I saw it, I just assumed. No, okay. If you watch this, like, let's say you're like you've watched wrestling for about 7 years at this point, you would think Kane is just gonna piss off after WrestleMania, right? It's like,
Yeah.
he's a Giant Gonzalez, a King Kong Bundy, one of those, or Kamala, like a big guy that the Undertaker takes out and then moves on. So this is good for Kane.
Yep, it is. The coolest part of this whole match is that fucking wrench shot at the end.
It's rubber, by the way.
I know, but it still looks great.
When Kane gets on the apron, you see it like wobbling.
My favorite thing about that whole thing is when JR says, "I don't want to alarm any of Vader's friends and family that may be watching," but it looked like half of his face was caved in.
He could have done a blade job here. I think it would have been fitting.
Like, yeah, but JR saying that is ridiculous.
They don't show his face, right? He's just kind of carted off.
No, it's like it looks like half his face is caved in, but I don't want to alarm his friends
I don't
or
alarm
family.
him. He's dead.
He just got fucking red shotted in the head. I don't want to alarm anyone, but he's dead. Yep. The promo before this last match is great.
It's really good.
It's a shame that HBK, because you can tell they made this promo before HBK said he couldn't go.
Mm-hmm.
It's a shame he was so injured from the Rumble he couldn't even come out to like the ring at all.
But I think in hindsight, it's a good idea to keep Austin and HBK as far apart as possible because it makes the main event of WrestleMania much bigger.
I agree.
With Mike Tyson, it's HBK's final match. HBK has no more matches. This is it. So I think it was almost a blessing in disguise that it becomes that big. I think they could have done a little better with the replacement partner, though.
Yeah, I agree. Oh, God. And my next line is Savio Vega is such a massive letdown.
Who would you pick?
The crowd was so pissed.
Let's say you can't take X-Pac, which would be logical. Who are you taking? Who's in current WWE at that time?
Ooh.
Because I have 3 options. I think it would have worked really well.
To be fair, it's a pretty tough question.
Yeah, sure.
You could maybe use like Jarrett.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Who are you thinking?
I said China could just have stood on the apron, not done anything.
Yeah, that's true.
Easy enough. I thought The Rock would have worked really well.
Yep.
It would have worked with his like "fuck the nation, I'm better than this, I can do whatever I want" sort of thing, and it would have elevated The Rock and put him in that category.
Yep.
And Goldust.
Yeah, I could see that.
Goldust could have been HBK Dust.
Yep. I like that. Yeah. I'd like that a lot.
See, right? All those work.
Yep. Better than Savio Vega.
I get it. Like, maybe they don't want these guys wrestling, but just fuck it. It's like a garbage brawl. Who cares?
Yeah. So here we go. I do like that Road Dogg did the full intro for the New Age Outlaws. Like he did the "Go ask, better call somebody."
You gotta love the Tennessee
Oilers. Yeah. Oh, so good. Because the Oilers shipped off to a non-loser state. So good. Savio Vega comes out to a dead crowd.
Yeah.
Owen gets a massive pop. I fucking love Cactus Jack's theme. It never ges old.
Why did Owen stop coming through the crowd? That was such a cool gimmick.
Yeah.
It still is to this day. So, I mean, besides Roman Reigns. But,
and his theme, it's the same.
Please cheer me.
Yeah, like I said, I love Cactus Jack's theme. Never gets old. We start with a massive brawl with everyone doing something. There's a sharpshooter really early by Owen Hart.
HBK or Triple H breaks it up.
Yep. One of my favorite things here is when like all these garbage cans are being thrown around and like the ref like looks shocked and like falls over. And then Terry Funk just grabs him by like the collar and lifts him back up onto his feet. It's so funny. The crowd just like marks out when the ref falls too. They all just start laughing.
Yeah.
Same with when Terry Funk gets hit with a trash can and he starts stumbling and like swings his fists and the crowd starts laughing.
Yeah.
Triple H starts gaining the upper hand on Chainsaw Charlie, so Austin throws a trash can at Billy Gunn's face.
I'm putting a gif of this on Twitter. It's
Yo, it's amazing.
I've never seen anything like it.
He just footballs a garbage can right into Billy Gunn's face.
And he's sitting on the ring apron, like just.
It's amazing.
He's just hanging out on the ring apron.
Yeah,
And he throws
you can
it at
see when
Billy Gunn.
I can see when he went over to the trash can. Like, what the fuck's he gonna do with that? And then he just fucking murders him.
This match made no sense, by the way.
Yo, there's a part here after that happens when Terry Funk tries to get out of the ring. Did you see Terry Funk's head hit the ground?
No, did he just fall and hit?
Oh, well, Billy Gunn had a hold of his, like, pants, like his belt buckle. I think they let him down pretty slow because Terry Funk's hands were still, like, kind of caught up in the ring apron. And then, like, Billy Gunn slipped and his hand fell off of his belt buckle.
Oh, fuck.
And, like, his head was just, like, dunk off of, like, a broken table at ringside. And I was like, Jesus Christ!
Poor Terry.
Double mandible claws here from Cactus Jack after he throws him around a little bit. He gets fucking nut shotted by Triple H, which is legal, and JR is not happy about it.
They should all just be in the ring at the same time. There's no rules. It's unsanctioned.
Yeah, he takes Road Dogg to the floor, but Billy Gunn fucking DDTs him insanely out in front of the announce table. He plays the face in peril card as he gets wrapped up in barbed wire by Savio Vega.
Probably the coolest thing Savio Vega's ever done.
He like puts it in.
It's in his mouth.
Cactus Jack's mouth.
Oh fuck!
And there's a part where he's like pulling on it, and you can like see like his lip being pulled, and you're just like, Jesus Christ!
Jesus.
And then later on in the match, you can see his arms are like all bleeding and stuff from it. It's fucking crazy.
It's fucked.
I gave the chair shot to him a 7 out of 10.
There was so many I didn't rate him.
I gave that one a 7
I think
out of
I've
10.
given up rating on them because there's so many of them, but Foley takes at least 4 of them in this sequence.
3 or 4. Yeah. Austin gets the fucking hot tag and fucks up on a fuck up by the Outlaws.
Yeah, he just stuns Road Dogg.
He just goes crazy. Road Dogg gets stunned. He wins the match. Then Billy Gunn gets stunned. Austin gets the victory. He's gonna ride this wave of fucking heat all the way to WrestleMania and beyond.
We were discussing something earlier involving Triple H. Was this it?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, this is it.
Continue.
You take this. Take this.
Triple H, this was a weird moment in the match because it was a Road Dogg stunner, Billy Gunn stunner, and Triple H either fucks up his cue deliberately or he just fucks it up because he's standing on the ring apron just waiting for Austin. And he doesn't make a move. And so, like, Austin is kind of like, run into the ring so I can stun you. But he just stands there. So Austin just runs over there and hits him and he goes flying into the table.
Yeah. He does like a weird table spot instead.
And Austin just looks like pissed off after that.
Yeah. Like I said, he's gonna ride the wave all the way to WrestleMania.
Fucking dick move. You're a mid-carder. Get your ass in the ring. What are you, Matt Hardy at Survivor Series 2005? Take the bump.
God, terrible.
Yeah.
After the match, Chyna gets in his face when he's celebrating. Pushes him once, he walks away. Pushes him twice, he walks away. Then he goes to get out of the ring. She taps him on the shoulder, and then she gives him the double bird. So he walks in and stuns Chyna, and everyone loses their mind. JR's like, oh my God, Austin stunned Chyna!
I think that's her first bump that she's taken.
Yeah, I think first big bump. She's taken another one earlier, but it wasn't anything like really in view of the crowd.
Oh, okay.
Or anything. She took one at ringside, I think, in a match, like a couple.
Maybe the casket match or something?
Yeah. I thought it was like way back in the day, like when it was Goldust and Triple H feuding with Marlena.
True. Marlena took her out.
She took her out. Yeah.
Interestingly enough, the fake plan that Vince gave Brett at the Montreal Screwjob had Brett punching Chyna in the face.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm not sure he would be happy about that.
No, he was like, I'll do it. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, because he probably hates her.
She's a bitch.
She's a fucking bitch. Yeah. So that's No Way Out of Texas.
Of Texas.
Of Texas.
Of
Who raped
her
Goldust.
dignity.
Of her dignity.
I was just thinking that.
I listened to that podcast the other day, actually, and it's that part is just like so cringeworthy until we say of her dignity.
Of her dignity.
And you're just like, oh, Jesus, it's so bad.
Thank God, huh?
Thank God. Yeah. So that is No Way Out, as I said. What do you think, Peter?
It was a good time to watch. The pay-per-view wasn't much, but
our next one will be one to
it was
watch.
the granddaddy of them all.
Yeah, WrestleMania.
I get jazzed up whenever I hear the WrestleMania theme.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
The Linda McMahon theme?
Yeah, big fan of that.
Jesus.
No, I mean, the Raws were fantastic. The pay-per-view itself is okay.
I knew it would only be okay because it literally has In Your House.
It's
so
a
you
shit
can tell
one.
it's going to be a shit one. It wasn't one of the big four at the time, so
The main event was pretty good. I mean, either make it a no DQ match or just have it a regular match, just because I think it's stupid having
4 guys stand on the apron when it's an unsanctioned match. I agree.
Well, especially when like Triple H and the Outlaws are curb stomping Terry Funk in the ring, and Austin and Mick Foley are just kind of standing on the ring apron,
Yeah.
staring at them.
Yeah.
It's a little odd.
Yeah. So
What do you liking during this time period?
I love all the DX segments again.
They're so
Even though they're
funny.
getting stale, they're just hilarious.
It's so funny. Even today, they're funny.
The Austin segments are always great.
Yep.
He's just crazy. I'm liking that they're starting to do the Marrow Sable split.
Yeah,
I like that Ahmed Johnson's gone.
I'm strangely looking forward to Sable like getting bigger storylines.
Yo, she gets huge storylines.
Yeah.
One of my favorite things with her is shortly after they bring back the women's title,
Yeah.
when HBK's commissioner, and he's like, if you don't defend it, I'll strip you of the only thing you haven't taken off, and that is that title. It's so good. So good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to some of those times. But yeah, Ahmed Johnson's gone, which is a plus.
No one's gonna get injured anymore.
It's a shame that HBK couldn't have been here more, but he was doing his work with the DX promos and stuff.
Yeah, he was there in spirit, basically. You could sense it.
Yeah, exactly. And then I guess what is coming up? Actually, what's coming up next time, Peter?
WrestleMania.
WrestleMania is coming up.
Our second WrestleMania.
Second WrestleMania we've covered. This is 15?
14.
14, of course. 14.
Come on. 15
Yeah.
was the raging climax with the Rage Party.
Oh, God.
Fuck Access.
Oh, God. Yo, that just gave me a throwback to episode 1.
Yeah, I know. They should do this
WrestleMania
year.
Rage Party, the city of brotherly
32,
love.
they should be like, fuck Access.
Access WrestleMania Rage
Fuck the
Party.
Hall of Fame.
Rage Party. So good. But yes, WrestleMania 14
Yes.
is the thing that's going to happen. We've got about 6 Raws to cover then, and basically it's just Austin building up like a savage.
And I'm looking forward to hearing your reaction to when The Undertaker came back.
Oh.
I'm sure you have a nice childhood memory on that.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Did you order WrestleMania 14?
Yeah, I did.
Did you? Did you order
did.
No Way Out of Texas?
No, I did not.
gotta save some money here.
Yeah, I'm not wasting my money on that crap.
Okay.
I saved my No Way Out of Texas money and spent it for the price that was double for WrestleMania.
But maybe you were like, ooh, The Undertaker might come back at No Way Out of Texas.
No. Come on.
Oh, Mike Tyson might be there.
No, he wouldn't be there either. He's a piece of shit. All right. Other than that, where can you find us, Peter? We all know this now.
Find us at Tweener Podcast. You can find us. That's on Twitter, obviously. Tweener Wrestling Podcast on YouTube. Subscribe. Get us some, subscriptions here so we can brag about it to our friends.
All our friends.
Check us out on Facebook, Tweener Wrestling Podcast. And tweenerwrestlingpodcast@gmail.com if you have any suggestions, ideas. I know I'm stuffy as fuck. I probably sound like, I don't know, like I'm wearing a mask or something right now, but...
You sound like Kane.
I sound like Kane. But I'll be better soon, and I'm looking forward to talking WrestleMania 14 with you.
In person. In person.
Shit. Bring your headset, though. We gotta have some
I will.
quality shit going
Yeah,
on.
in person, we'll do it. It's going to look like a professional production.
Oh,
So...
yeah.
And then I think the theme for this episode, as I said, and it's only because he's gone forever, we're going to do Ahmed Johnson, Peter. I actually don't mind his theme at all.
That's
I
okay.
like his theme better than him.
Wow.
Yeah, it's so good.
Give it to a new wrestler or something.
Yeah. So I think we're going to cut it with that, and until next time for episode 11, we will see you on the flip side.
Do you think we're going to get Ahmed Johnson in WWE 216?
I hope not.
All right, later, everyone.
Anyways, like I said, we'll catch you guys on the flip side.